Welcome back to another explainer. Today, we're doing something really cool. We're actually decoding the ultimate architectural blueprint for taking a clunky traditional bank and transforming it into a hyper-fast modern financial ecosystem. We're talking digital leadership, literally impenetrable security, and figuring out how to actually earn public trust in today's insanely fast-paced economy. Let's get into it.
So let's just start with kind of a provocative question. What actually is a bank today? I mean, is it a giant physical vault somewhere holding stacks of cash? Well, for a modern business, or honestly even for you when you just tap your phone to buy a coffee, a bank really isn't a building anymore. It's this invisible, totally seamless engine that just powers our daily lives.
And the contrast here is just stark. Traditional institutions, they're siloed, they're completely bogged down by legacy systems, and frankly, they move at a snail's pace. The modern solution is a total paradigm shift. It means building an automated, secure, and globally connected ecosystem where a bank is moving data just as fast and efficiently as it moves money. We're talking about a massive shift from physical storage to pure digital velocity. So here's our blueprint for this transformation. 1. The digital-first foundation. 2. Automating global commerce. 3. Fortifying security and trust. 4. Resources and hidden strategies. And finally, number 5, the exact 3 to 5 year modernization roadmap.
All right, Section 1. The digital-first foundation.
Look, you can't build a skyscraper on a wooden foundation, right? And you definitely can't build a modern bank on old legacy mainframes. You absolutely need a unified core. And it turns out, the absolute key to making that happen is the API gateway. You can think of this as a highly secure digital universal translator. It completely flips the script. Instead of merchants having to go to the bank, the API gateway acts like a high-speed digital teller that lives right inside the merchant's own software. It lets them behave with the exact same agility as a nimble startup.
And the sheer variety of these API tools is honestly staggering. We're not just talking about swiping a credit card here. Imagine a merchant processing a really complex online sale. In just a matter of milliseconds, these tools are running instant identity verification, executing a real-time fraud check, triggering automated subscription billing, and settling the payment internationally. That is the incredible power of a mature developer portal. And it's exactly why this tech matters so much to everyday business operations.
Moving on to Section 2, Automating Global Commerce.
So, in today's e-commerce landscape, an international online checkout needs to take 3 seconds, absolutely not 3 days. This lightning-fast speed relies on automating foreign exchange rates at the exact moment you click Buy. By seamlessly integrating with massive global networks like Visa Direct or regional ones like India's UPI, the modern bank essentially becomes an invisible bridge connecting a local shopper directly to a massive global marketplace.
But here's the thing, moving money at the speed of light is completely useless if it isn't safe. That's exactly why modern banks deploy these really rigorous, automated compliance systems that act kind of like invisible digital bouncers. Cross-border flows are instantly checked against OFAC and UN sanctions, using AI-based anomaly detection to sniff out any potential money laundering. All this massive, heavy-lifting risk scoring happens entirely in the background, which keeps the transaction completely clean without ever interrupting the customer's checkout flow.
Okay, Section 3. Fortifying security and trust.
If you want to build an impenetrable fortress, banks use what's known as a zero-trust architecture. And it is exactly what it sounds like. Trust no one. Verify absolutely everything. Think of it like a really exclusive VIP club. Security doesn't just check your ID at the front door. They are continuously checking it at every single room or hallway you try to enter. By micro-segmenting the network this way, even if a hacker somehow breaches one small area, they are instantly locked out of the rest of the digital vault. No way they're getting through.
But here's a really fascinating insight. Security? That's just the technical side. The human side of this equation is public trust. Transparency is literally the ultimate currency now. This means strong data privacy, near zero downtime, and crucially, using explainable AI. If an algorithm denies someone a loan, the bank has to be able to explain exactly why to prove there's absolutely no algorithmic bias. In a digital-first world, that is how you actually earn and keep the public's trust.
Let's jump into Section 4, Resources and Hidden Strategies.
Keeping this massive ecosystem running requires 3 critical pillars working in perfect harmony. First off, you need highly specialized human capital, cloud architects and cyber engineers, to manage the complex tech assets like those API gateways and fraud engines we talked about. But the real secret? You cannot do this alone. It requires building a really strong web of strategic partnerships with telecom operators, government digital IDs, and yes, even external fintechs.
And that brings us to a quote that represents just a massive paradigm shift. Treat payment service providers and fintechs as extensions of the bank, not competitors. Now, for years, traditional banks viewed agile fintechs as this huge existential threat. But it turns out, the most successful modern banks realize that actually partnering with these tech companies expands their own fortress and customer reach, rather than threatening it. It's a real game changer.
Now, beyond just partnerships, there are some highly impactful, yet honestly often overlooked, survival strategies. For instance, treating your APIs as a primary banking product, just like you would a mortgage or a savings account, or investing heavily in mid-level technical staff. These folks are the unsung heroes maintaining this complex digital plumbing every single day. Some banks are even building digital sandboxes alongside government regulators so they can innovate safely. These hidden strategies, they are the absolute lifeblood of long-term survival.
And finally, Section 5, the Modernization Roadmap.
Actually executing this transformation is a deliberate, structured marathon. You absolutely cannot skip steps here. In years 1 and 2, it's all about the foundation, modernizing the core and locking down that zero-trust security. Only then, once that's solid, in years 2 and 3, can you safely expand into international automation and open APIs. Finally, by years 3 to 5, the institution reaches market leadership, where they are fully capable of offering digital, embedded finance at a global scale.
So that leaves us with one pretty critical question to think about. Is your financial institution building a fortress of the future, or are they still clinging to the vaults of the past? The technology is absolutely available, and the blueprint is already drawn up. It really just requires the vision to execute it. I really hope this explainer sheds some light on why this architectural shift is totally do or die for the future of finance. Thanks for exploring this with me today.